Islam is the religion that violently invaded Africa, not Christianity. Christianity has been on the African continent since 1 AD. Islam came to the African continent through trade, discussion, and military conquest. And it's important that we make that clear because there are still people that genuinely believe that Christianity was mainly spread through colonization. And while Christianity was also spread in the colonial era by missionaries, it first appears in Africa in 1 AD, starting in North Africa as well as East Africa in Ethiopia specifically. Ethiopia has one of the oldest churches in the world. I'm tired of hearing you guys talk about the fact that Christianity is the white man's religion because you are misinformed while completely ignoring the forceful invasion of Islam in Arab colonization and the Arab slave trade that lasted far longer than the European transatlantic slave trade. And you guys know I love receipts, so here you go, okay? Islam first came to Africa with Muslim refugees fleeing persecution in the Arab Peninsula. This was followed by a military invasion some 7 years after the death of the Prophet Muhammad. Again, this article says that Islam was spread through trade routes, intellectual debate, and military conquest. Christianity, on the other hand, has been in Africa long before white people ever arrived and long before missionaries ever arrived. And for context, the transatlantic slave trade and colonization took place between the 15th and 20th centuries. Okay. Christianity has been in Africa since the 1st to the 4th century. Christian communities in North Africa were amongst the earliest in the world, and they were later displaced in the 7th century by Islam. So the people in North Africa used to be Christians before they were displaced by Islam, as we know, through military conquest and other ways. And like I said, as it relates to sub-Saharan Africa in the 4th century, the Ethiopian king declared Christianity the kingdom's official religion. Now, the history of the Ethiopian church is very interesting because according to their own traditions, Christianity was first spread in Ethiopia through evangelism by Apostle Matthew and through an Ethiopian eunuch who was first converted. And it's interesting because that story of the eunuch is literally in the book of Acts, chapter 8. And this is that account of the Ethiopian eunuch. If you want to go read it for yourself in Acts chapter 8, it's very interesting and I highly, highly recommend. Islam is the real colonial religion, not Christianity.